Hi, this is Kim Pinkney and welcome to my channel. We are inside Procreate and I am going to be doing some caricatures of my nephews. I have a video of my niece and I have her as like daddy's little skater girl, but I think I'm going, once I do the nephews, I think I'll do her in the same format. And ultimately I'm going to put them into a hexagonal shape coaster, so, or a t-shirt. We'll see what we'll see what we come up with, but we'll start with the oldest here. And usually I like to use the soft brush. I'll just bring it down kind of low with this in the way I can see the, yeah, I can't see the thingies here. Usually I have it like on 2. 2's decent. I love this new feature where you can import a photograph into Procreate without having it be on a layer. That's pretty cool. Let's see. So let's begin. We already got our brush selected, and I'm thinking I'm going to let me bring in the hexagon shape. Let me go to my gallery. There it is. And this is perfect for the mold. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this image. Okay. And that'll kind of confine me to my space. Okay. And then we'll just go ahead and paste that on in. And we'll have it fit the screen. Good, good, good. And we'll just turn it off for now. Alright, on to the show. And I think I'm just going to have them, because the shape is so small, I'm going to have them probably just have like head and shoulders. And I usually start off with the outline. That's why you see so many of like my pictures. They're pretty much scratchy looking, so I'm thinking I'm going to kind of give them like a little boss pose, kind of turn him 3/4 because that's a little bit more interesting than straight on. But then again, if I do him in 3/4 or him straight on and the other two kind of facing him, when the hexagons are put together, it'll look like almost like what they have going on here. But instead, Jesse, the little one here, will be facing inwards, and so will Vanjie. So if they don't use them as coasters, they can have them kind of like a little display thing. So let's back this up then. Let me clear this. Okay, so his will be straight on. That's their big brother. And I think what I'll do with the caricatures is I'll have, let me clear that again, big head, little body. So we'll have big head. And when I do the little body, I usually give the guys like this little pencil neck. Even if they're buff, it's a little bit wider. So he's a little bit more buff. But the most important thing is the face. And with the body being so small, it gives it like a little bit of a caricature to it. And I'm going to make the body even smaller than this. Let's get the overall shape. We'll have it like this. And kind of bring it down some more. We can bring it out a lot. Let's see, and his face is already kind of like in 3/4. Now, usually when I take a picture for caricatures, I prefer to have a lot of detail, like to the point where I could see eyelashes. That way I can guarantee that I don't miss a certain feature or a likeness on a person. So I also do like a little bit of a cross of where I'm going to kind of put the eyes. And depending on how I decide to do it, I might change it. Now he's got like a kind of triangle shape with his eyes. So I'm going to kind of emulate that. And then I'll decide what I'm going to make bigger and what I'm going to make smaller. You can get away with emphasizing different aspects of the face as long as you kind of keep the same shape. So like I can make his nose a little smaller. As long as I keep the same shape of what I'm seeing, I can get away with it. Like I can make his eyes a lot bigger. Kind of like how they have with animes and stuff. Or as long as I keep similar aspects, I can get away with it. Same thing with the smile. If you want them to, even though they're not smiling huge in their picture, or in real life, you can get away with it as long as you keep the same shape as the smile. You want to keep the things that make them look like them in the picture. Now his smile is really not that big in real life. Nobody's is really. But as long as you keep some aspect of what they are in the picture, you can get away with it. And I'll probably like bring things in again a little bit more. Now with his eyes the way they are, you can't tell where he's looking, so it's kind of, you kind of fall back on what you know. And like I like to be able to see the lids, just in case his eyes are more or less hooded. I can't tell because of the shadows. So when you can, see if you can find yourself, and we'll make his eyebrows a little bigger. You can make your eyebrows as big as you want as long as you keep, like I said, the same shape. You can get away with a lot of stuff. I'm going to make his nose a little bigger. Yeah, we'll just kind of give it like a little bend here. Let me put myself in the chat just in case anybody hops in and has a question. Alrighty. You can go as big as you want, as long as, and you can keep the same, what is it called, likeness. You can go as big as you want. Now I'm going to probably tame it in a little bit, bring his eyes in a little bit. Hey Tatted Hearts, how you doing? I'm going to erase a little bit here. I probably have a crappy eraser here. Let me get a bigger one. There we go. So in order to get more of what I think looks more like him, I'm going to rein in his features a little bit. So I'm going to do a quick redraw of what I've got here. The soft brush is huge. I can get away with erasing bigger here. But like I said, it still kind of looked like him. Only it was a little bit more exaggerated. Now you can exaggerate anything you want as long as, like I said, you keep that shape. My pictures are more closer to what they look like. They're not as exaggerated. I prefer the big head, little body type of thing. And this will be more of a, the arms crossing. Okay, so I'm going to keep that same triangular shape. Cool. Lounge as you will. Glad to have you. Alright, so, and again, because I can't see his eyes very well, and if I get even closer, it just looks a little bit more pixelated. And I just keep trying to sketch out what I see. It's like a triangle shape. Now, some people actually come for the exaggerated pictures, and if that's what you do, that's freaking awesome. But I don't do that. I don't exaggerate too much. I prefer to get the lightness. I don't know. It's just weird. Different caricatures for different folks. And each caricature definitely will give you a different response. So depending on how you execute it, you can make people cry. You can make grown men cry. Well, more like grown women cry. But one of the things I found that if you really want to get a good tip, especially if you're drawing women, make them beautiful, make them sexy. Take whatever you can, especially the older ones. Oh yeah, you'll get a good tip. You want to emphasize the thing that makes them beautiful, and then even if they have braces, even if they don't have any teeth, you don't have to show that. If they have wrinkles galore, you don't have to capture all the damn wrinkles. Just capture a couple, usually like laugh lines, because you can kind of, and I'm going to go crazy with his hair too. Let's see, let's do this. We'll bring him down a little bit. And we're going to give him the fro of ages. The fro of wonders. Kind of like Afro Samurai. Let's do that. The first one I think I'll do is I'll do them as they are, and then I'll draw them like an anime character of some sort. And because he's got like cool hair, I think I'll do him as Afro Samurai. So the first one will be like this with his hoodie, or even Riley from Boondocks. We can get away with that too. Okay, so his nose will be about like right here. Now, if another way of doing caricatures is if like a bobblehead. Yeah, exactly. Big head, little body. And another way of doing it is you can have like kind of like normalish eyes, normalish nose, and then just go crazy with the mouth. As long as you keep their aspect of what they look like if what his mouth looks like, you can get away with all kinds of stuff. You can make it as wide as you want. It'd be like Cheshire Cat wide. But you want to still keep, some of his features here. So like his cheeks, this part of the cheek is way over here. I don't want to emphasize that too much. I'll let color do that for me. I'm just going to get the bare minimum of what I need. And yeah, sometimes the more distorted, the more laugh and chuckle you'll get. It's like he's got big cheeks. If they've got a really big smile, definitely can use that and just make it bigger. If they got a big nose, you can make it bigger. If you kind of feel out that they're cool like that, that they're here for it, they're down for it, go for it. But with women, don't do it. If she's got a big nose, don't do it. Give her like a normal sized nose in the shape of what her nose is, and then emphasize whatever you can that's beautiful about her. You could take a person that you deem like they sit in your chair and you go, oh my gosh, this person's a hot mess. Make them hot. Make them even hotter. Not a hotter mess, but make them look good. It'll make their day. You know, because they don't expect it. They'll expect something that's all distorted, all to all hell. But if you make them look good, hell, some of them will go out and get like a, what is it called? Plastic surgery to look like their picture. So, there was a story I read where this lady had done that. She had gotten a really good caricature where she looked hot. She made herself look like the caricature. So I'm just trying to get some of his features down. Now his eyes are a little bit more hooded, so we don't see them very well, so we'll like bring it in. Now also you can get away with using, I don't like that I can't see how big my eraser is going to be. You can put them in a different style too. So like if you want it, you could like do the Simpsons style. Let's see, you can do a different anime style. Let's see, I don't want to make them look too fat. Let's see, we'll make them look like this, because I get as much of the face as I can, and then I make the neck kind of reflect that. So now I just take a look and see how I am. The jaw isn't too bad. Let's see if we can capture his smile a little bit better. And you can also add like your other cartoon techniques. So like you're simplifying. Kind of like Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff. Just kind of keep those simple shapes as if you're about to animate them. If they have big teeth, you can have fun with it. He doesn't have big teeth. So we'll just kind of keep it like this. Now there's also videos where people are outright tracing, and then they make it like an Instagram type of thing. You can do that too. And I can show you how I would do it. So like say you just cannot get the likeness. You don't know what you're doing wrong, and maybe you just never did a caricature ever. Or press for time or whatever. And I'll see if I can do a little bit of something too. And then we can compare which one looks better. But if you do the other way, like the Instagram thingies, that's more of a realistic looking type of thing. And it kind of, I don't want to say it lacks creativity. It gets the job done, basically. But this way, it kind of adds a little bit of life to it. Not that the other way wouldn't. And then you just kind of add little marks and stuff like that to annotate shape. Let's see. So that is a quickie of Jacob. Let me do the other part of his body. Now, the bottom part of his body I'm going to put on another layer, that way I can fit in the Afro Samurai kind of look. And again, it'll be big head, little body. Now ears, you can go big or small with the ears. If they look like they've got big ears, you can make them bigger. If they look like they got tiny ears, you can make them smaller. And that's deviating a little bit from, deviating a little bit from what they actually look like. So I'm going to make his ears a little bigger, but I'm still going to keep that aspect ratio between the eyebrows and the nose. So you got that right there. And usually for the head, I like to kind of, even if they're like heavy, if the person's heavy, I still like to give them the pencil neck. Kind of do like that sort of thing. Keep their head like nice and round the way they are, but kind of bring it into the neck. And then you have like a little bit more freedom. Now I used to work at Busch Gardens. That's the local, let me make this a little smaller. That's the local, what is it called? Amusement park. Get the words out, Kim. Big words. Big words. Use your big girl words. And I loved it until the only thing I hated about it was that you're outside in all the heat, and in the weather, if it's raining, and especially in the summer, it's hot and it's rainy, and it's just, it's not something for an inside cat chick like myself to get into. And then you had to sell on top of draw. That was hard. So what I would do is I would draw and let people come to me. And every now and then people will get tired, because they're walking around an amusement park and they want a place to sit down that's kind of cooler than some of the other places. So I'd have them sit down and I'd draw like a $2 sketch. Whatever it was, I would get a little bit of money and I would generate something, and then sometimes they'd want to upscale it. Add some color. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to do the little body thing. Let's see. First we'll do what he's wearing. So let's get into here. So he's wearing something that's kind of like that. And instead of doing the check marks on it and stuff like that, that print, we're going to keep and also you can make people older or younger depending on how you draw them. And I kind of like how his pose is, so I'm going to do one shoulder up, one shoulder down a little bit. And it's very loose and looks very comfortable. Now I want to put something else on his chest. I think I want to put his name on there. So what I'll do is bring these down just a smidge. That's the cool thing about drawing digitally, is that you can manipulate stuff. So I'm going to have his name right here, and I think I'll use my graffiti letters. I think that's how he spells his name. If I'm wrong, then I'll come back and fix it. Let's see. See, I got that. I think I'll save that for Jesse. Ooh. That would be kind of cool for the Afro Samurai. Keep that in mind. Okay, this is the tribal dragon. The one I'm looking for is called Degrassi. There it is. That looks tight. Okay, and go done. And then I'm going to warp it so that it'll fit his chest. And we'll even give it kind of like let's see. I don't want to distort it too badly. There we go. Alright, and then I'll have, let's see, I'll merge this down, and then I can draw over it and just kind of have it interact with him a little bit. Now this is still a little too close in size. I'm going to go ahead and make it a little smaller. You can go even smaller. There we go. I don't want to mess with the head too much. Let's see, and we'll give him like a sweatshirt. Gotta decide which arm is going to come in front. We'll do this one. It's so funny to when I color or draw on paper, I have this tendency of trying to make the same motions to make my to zoom in, and I'm subconsciously forgetting that it's paper and do it on my thing here. So yeah, this one's going to be like a two-tone shirt. So he'll have like a shirt underneath, which is this one down here. And then we'll have him wearing like a hoodie. Yeah, a hoodie would be kind of cool. There we go. And then we'll have the strings. Ooh, here we go. He's really into roller coasters. So if I do the hexagon thing, I like breaking borders. So the only thing is if I break these borders, it won't fit into the hexagon coaster. But let's see. I don't want to do it just yet. I'll save that for when I do the coaster. Oops, cancel. And again, I can go bigger or smaller with the head. It will make him buff. Make him a little, well, we'll make him like this. This is cool. Okay. And I'm just going to erase just a little bit. And then I'm going to come back through and now part of me is like, ooh, you should not have merged. Okay. Because I usually like to come back through. Let's do this. And we'll clean it up. We'll drop the opacity on this one a little bit. Which means I'll probably have to redraw the Jacob part. More than likely. Okay, I'm going to switch my brush to Syrup. And Syrup is one that comes with Procreate. But it's the closest that I came across to Adobe Draw brush. Where you get the thick and thin lines. And I'm just going to simplify my lines a bit. Just kind of give this like a hoodie type look. And I could put like a little coaster or something like that right here. Okay. And I'm going to change the opacity on the head and do the same thing. Just kind of simplify my lines, but also trying to make sure that I keep his likeness. Oops, make sure I'm on the right layer. And one of the things I like using are S shapes. So if I can fit an S shape into something, I will. And just looking at some of the shadows, I can see where I can add like other little shapes here. Like this part right here that I just added those little lines, I can do that with color. So I'm going to take those out. But I'll keep kind of like that aspect. No, I won't. I'll use the color to emphasize that and give it depth. But if you didn't have that, if you didn't have that luxury of or extra money in adding the color, I would definitely add like some little lines and stuff just to annotate shape. Now I could go smaller with the mouth like he has right here, but I wanted to kind of emphasize that he's smiling. Now if a person has crooked teeth, you can emphasize that or you can minimize that. You kind of got to feel them out. If you show the crooked teeth, everybody will be laughing but them. Especially if they're really super sensitive about it. One way around that is just don't emphasize the teeth at all. Just make sure it's like a little white space. Like that. Leave it blank. But if they're cool, go for it. Usually you can get away with that with guys, not so much with women. If they've got crooked teeth, they'll be very hesitant to smile for you. Um, yeah, I don't have the best teeth either, so it's like I don't give them the big, smile that I used to do when I was a kid. That sort of thing. Um, but yeah, you can always keep their mouth closed and give them the biggest, widest, closed mouth smile, especially if they refuse to open their mouth. Or you can give them like the blank um, smile. Client is our friend. Okay, and eyes, you can go crazy if you know their personality. If you happen to know the people and you know their personality, you can give them all kinds of Sailor Moonish type eye shines and stuff like that. It can be any way you want. Um, if they look like they're like super tough and stuff, you can give them the crazy eye shines too. Anything to get that laugh. Um, if that's what you're going for. If you're just going for the smile like what I'm doing, his mom's gonna flip when she sees this because he's adorable. We'll give him the no, yeah, because he's Mr. Roller Coaster. Okay, I could put King Coaster on here. Well, I don't want to give him mittens. I want to do his hands. But if you're unsure, you can always just get away with tucking them. And for time, I guess I'll tuck until I do the Afro Samurai part. And no tucking allowed. We're going to be holding like a sword. Okay, so we'll have it like that. And if I was breaking borders, what I'd want to do is have like part of his head out. So like if I do this for him on a shirt, I'd want some part of him like kind of hanging outside of the hexagon. So this hexagon, it is beneath him. So, and coloring, you can give them as close to their hair color as possible, or you can just go crazy and give them something else. So let's see, we don't really need the initial sketch anymore. Oh, except for his name. Let me try to, if it looks like doo-doo, when I do his name here. Let's see, I'm not going to do the let's see, I think what I'll do is I'll move that arrow up here. And I don't know if I want to keep the, let's see, I think what I do, instead of where some of the breaks are on the letters, just kind of have it fall in a different place. since he's into roller coasters. I told his mom that he really should visit. We've got Busch Gardens right up the street from us. Just have the family come out and have some time, some fun times. Do it before it rains. Summer sucks for kids out here. If it's not like hell hot, it's raining. And not just raining, but like thunderstorming. I'll make that look more like a bee. I'll probably just go ahead and fill these in. Oops. Now, oh, that was cute. Something wasn't closed. Yeah, there's a lot of effects in Procreate. Oh, you suck. Something else wasn't closed. Why you no close? Oh, right here. Why you no draw right? There we go. Close it up. And I could have made my brush a little bit... my brush a little smaller. Okay, try it again. Why you do that? Oh, because the hands are on a different layer or something like that. Okay, just color it normal, Kim. Okay. There we go. I should have brought my brush down a little bit further, but lazy slacker. Okay, now some of the things I like doing when it comes to caricatures, especially if I have like all the time in the world to do it, is give them, like if they're into sports or something like that, give them like adult poses, how like an athlete would pose. And it comes out so freaking awesome. Let's see. Okay, so that was my arrow. Oops. When you think you're erasing, but just not. See, I think I want to bring this down so it looks like the arrow's kind of behind it. Okay. And then, what would be kind of cool is to have like a roller coaster going through the name. And just kind of have like a swirl. Yeah, he even, I think from what I remember, he likes even designing roller coasters. So just kind of have the track. It'd probably have like a ring of fire or something crazy. Yeah, so one of the things I like doing is asking people, So what do you like? What do you do? And incorporate that into the caricature too. So it also makes it more personalized. And then you can just have like the track come around his jack. Now that would be kind of cool to have something like that on a, let's see, on a jacket. Just kind of have like, have the roller coaster on it. Especially if you designed a roller coaster. It'd be funny if this was like one of those Attack on Titan type of looks about him. And then have it come back around. Throw some balloons on there. You can even have it go through the pocket. You could even cross a couple times, I guess. Let's see, how about... Nah, we won't do that. We'll have it come around here. That's pretty cool that he's into roller coasters. Roller Coaster Tycoon. Now, it'd be kind of cool if these little strings would be like the cars. But I don't know if that's going to distract too much. Okay, so like for his hair, I need it to be above the coasters on the rats. I need to take this part and put it on its own layer. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. That should be on its own layer now. And then I can erase it off of this. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of not knowing what layer you're on. Okay, that should be off now. Perfect. Okay. Alright, so this was the sketch. And this is all of it put together. Okay. And then from here I would just go ahead and color. So let me drop that. Now there's also a feature in this. Oh shoot. Okay, I got time. Okay, so this is the start of Jacob. I'm just going to go ahead and hide the, excuse me, I'm going to hide the layer with the hexagon. And I think either in the next video I'll go ahead and color in Procreate, and I'll just kind of show you some coloring techniques and some of the things that I've learned from other people. Let's go ahead and do a mask, and we'll just kind of hide the hexagon. But yeah, once we do the colors, we'll do some of the effects so that it'll kind of, I could do some let's see, use different brushes, kind of like I did for Vanjie. So let me bring that up real quick. When I did Vanjie, that's your little sister, or the middle sister. Here she is. Now I have a video on this, so I brought in different brushes and did a few techniques. We do a quick replay. I'm going to go past the drawing phase because that took me a spell, because I did this over a couple of months. Like I started on a bus and researched a few pictures of people riding skateboards, and then I just decided to do the big head, little body again, but gave her like lots of hair. Put her on a skateboard and used the Degrassi font. But to get to the brushes, let me hurry up and get there. Now, when you're doing a caricature, like in real life at an event, you don't have a lot of time because people get tired of sitting and they want to know what the hell you've been up to. All these things that you're seeing here are different Procreate brushes, just kind of trash polka together. And I've been wanting to do a trash polka picture for a long time. So poor Vanjie, she was the victim of my trash polka phase and multicolor phase. So I picked like 4 colors and just like went ham on it. And what you couldn't see before is Daddy's little skater, because the picture is like super tiny or super big, but the words are tiny. So when I redraw her again, I'm going to make Daddy's little skater one of the focal points for her text. But yeah, so this is some of the things that you can do with Procreate and doing caricatures. Okay, get out of this. And again, I'd like to do her face again with Trash Polka. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to do on the next picture. And I'll erase a little bit of him. Let's see, I think it's on this one. I would even go a little bit bigger, that way some of the shirt kind of hangs over the hexagon too. Let's see, so we got that going on. Now for his brother, I might only have enough time to do, let me go out. I might only have enough time to do like a rough sketch of him. Let's see. Yeah, but if you wanted to learn how to just go ahead and trace to get like there's a lot of videos on those too. I might do one. I need to, not gallery. Sorry about that. Canvas, reference, and an image, import image. And that'll grab it right off. That's their mom and dad. That's my brother right there. I'll do one of them eventually, but not today. Maybe for Valentine's Day for them. Okay, there's Vanjie, there's her brother, and then here's little Jesse. And I see him in a lot of pictures. He does the mother-son thing. They have a lot of fun together, I guess. Being the youngest, I guess he gets a little bit, has to have a little bit more attention. I don't know. But these guys are adorable. Okay, now he's got similar eyes, but his kind of come up a little bit. So let's see. We're going to have him facing, his head will be kind of facing forward, but his body will be turned. Now he's Mr. Sports Guy from what I understand. So he's like baseball, football, he's Mr. Sports. So we'll have him wearing the jersey, since he's already in a baseball jersey. And we'll give him a hoodie too. And we'll go even smaller. maybe I'll make a whole separate video of the tracing, so you can like you can get an idea of that one. But this one I'll just kind of do freehand. Okay, so that's my initial sketch, and we're going to go a lot bigger on the head, at least this big. Okay, so let's get those eyes in there. This is where his nose is going to be, up above, like right here. And then we're going to give him that give him a big smile. His ears will be like right here, and we'll give him big fro too. Yeah, when I was drawing little girls, you know, especially when you're at the amusement park and your hair gets tossed and stuff, that is like a dream for caricature artists that I worked with. And myself, we loved when their hair was all tousled because it made for a cuter picture. And I think for him, we'll throw like pennants or something like that. Like, and we'll have like flags. Now I'm gonna have to move his arm a bit so I can get his name in there. And we'll put him like in an arena of some sort, since he's all into sports. It's so cute that the kids all share like some aspect of my brother. They look like their mother, thank God, but they all have like something that my brother would be into. My brother was into football when he was a teenager. My brother was a jock. Definitely an outside cat. We couldn't keep that boy in the house for nothing. Unless he was sick and he was asleep. That's the only time my brother was inside. And I think a Nike symbol would be kind of cool on him, but let's see, we'll throw pennants on him. I don't know what they have for football. We'll figure it out. I could put like a number 1, like it looks like a middle finger, doesn't it? Make it bigger and say, we'll put like a little number on it, so it doesn't look like a penis or middle finger. We'll think about that later. Okay, back to the face. Shoot, I got about 20 minutes, maybe less. Okay, let's see if we can get his image here. Again, I'm trying to keep his eyes aspect. And again, you know, I'm not working with the best of images because it's not clear. Again, the most ideal image is one where you can not only see, you can see all the details. If they've got a mole, you know, you can see their lips a little bit better. And he's got that awkward smile like my brother. My brother hated smiling because his smiles just never looked right. Like, you can't frown in every picture. At least to him, he never thought his smile looked right. Yeah, my brother and I, we called ourselves, what was it, cat and rabbit. I had like the buck teeth, and we used to watch like what was it called? Tom and Jerry, and I swear we were sort of like them. We didn't get along. It wasn't until like later on in life that we like really became friends. It was really sad. And people were like, when we were growing up, people were like, "You're his sister?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we had the same last name. We're in all the yearbooks together, right next to each other. You thought we were married or something? What?" But we were so different from each other. And my daughter is the same way with her brothers. She's totally different from them. She's the outside cat. She is she's a middle child, but also, she told me that, man, we just don't get along. That smile's just way too big. Sometimes you can go too big. We'll bring it in just a smidge. There we go. That way we can get those cute cheeks in. Yeah, so she didn't get along with her brothers either, but now that, everybody's in like a different state, she gets along much better. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, I suppose. But yeah, I just let her know, you guys are different beings. You got different personalities, you're different people. You're not expected to, if you could at least respect each other, that's a start. Siblings. And then bring him down a little bit so we don't get cut off. You don't really want to cut off your people. There we go. Where it counts, like you don't want to cut off their hair. But what would be kind of cool is like if they had like such big hair that you had to have like 2 other pictures on either side of them to capture all of them and have all of it framed. That would be so cool. I gotta find somebody with big hair. That way I can have fun. Okay, so he's got a nice size faux head. We'll make sure we emphasize that. Or we can hide it with a, what is it called? A hat or a headband. And I could even put his name on the headband too. I wonder if he's going to go bald. Like, not bald, but, like one of those brothers that always shaves their head. I think he could carry that look. Like Michael Jordan. Okay, so now that I've got like a nice start of a sketch, I'm going to go ahead and do my thing. Change brushes to syrup. And then I'm going to take the opacity down so I can see it a little bit better. And usually I like to take my time on this part. And you just want to get a nice fluid outline. Usually when you're doing a caricature in real life, you don't get the benefit of doing multiple sketches. You do one shot and you get it as best you can, and if it sucks, then you work with it. And that's another thing I didn't like about doing live caricatures. I love doing, let's see, since he's such a go-getter, I'll leave his hands out. Let's see. And we're going to put like pennants here. Now this would be cool with like different mascots on those pennants. we're gonna go ham on his hair too. To do an afro, you just kind of give yourself a wiggly line and just kind of give it the shape. His head is tilted backwards, so we'll kind of. So if their hair is like super wild, if it's a nice tight fro, you can just kind of give it like a few lines. But if he's got like, he's been out and about doing his thing, you can go all crazy with the hair. And then around here, the hairline, you just kind of squiggle it up. Let's see, he's got good sized ears, so we'll keep those ears nice and big. It's a thing to grow into. You just kind of keep that shape of the ear. And just kind of draw what you see. He's got a little bit of a gap between his teeth. That could be a lot of fun. You can do like that, or you can minimize it a bit. Just kind of give it an extra, just a little bit thicker outline. And just kind of do that sort of thing. Let's see. Just kind of watch your shapes. He's got like a rounder smile. And what I'll do is just go ahead and give it just a little bit more line. Just kind of draw what you see if you can. If you draw anime, some of the stuff might help. Use your little anime drawing techniques. Especially when you get ready to do the eye shines. If you choose to do eye shines. One of the coolest things that I saw a caricature artist do is like, if you had a person with darker eyes, they did this sort of thing, and they pretty much just colored that part so it looked like that, and then they would do the eye shines from there. So like, it looked kind of like that. So it kind of gave your eyes like a little shinier look. I knew for sure that that was going to break and make the whole picture go. See, I'm going to erase a little bit. And that's how, if you're like doing dark-eyed people, you can get away with doing it like that too. Just give them a little bit darker there. And I can't really see his eyebrows. Well, they're just little shadows, so I'm just going to try to capture what I see. Yeah, my favorite Christmas gift from my sister-in-law is a picture of the family. I love seeing the kids getting older, because the pictures I have, they're all so small. I gotta get my brother's other son. I can't see his bottom lip very well, so I'm just gonna kind of Give him that little look there. Now, sometimes there's some people that you can only get their likeness if you color them. But if you don't have that luxury of them wanting to pay for color, you just do the best you can with a line art picture, and go from there and just try to capture their likeness. Hopefully, I got them here. But yeah, you do pretty well once you get like the shape of their basic shapes in their face. Alright, so let's get rid of the undersketch, and that's what we're left with. So I think we kind of got them. And after this, you just kind of yeah, color would definitely work. So I would probably just work on the mouth a little bit to try to get more of that likeness in the mouth. I don't know. Don't have time. But yeah, so there we go. For those of you who are just joining, I'll go ahead and do some little replays of all these guys here. And this is another thing I like about drawing digitally. I forget all the lines that I eventually put down, and it's kind of cool to see them like back in my face. It's like, this is what you did. These are all the little strokes that you made. A lot of little strokes. And then I can put his name somewhere on him. Before I finish, I think I want to do that, and then I'll send this to my sister-in-law so she can kind of see where I am with these guys, and they can have a little laugh. I'm going to add some text, and we're going to have Jesse. I hope I'm spelling. She'll let me know if I'm spelling his name right. And then, let's see. Okay, and then once I have it here, I'm going to distort it. Kind of like, what is that called? The Nike symbol? And then just kind of freeform it down. And then because their chest is not flat, we'll warp it a bit. And I'll bring his hand down some. There we go. Just kind of, oops. It kind of looks like he's wearing shoulder pads. Anyway, and if they've got a prominent Adam's apple, those are always fun to draw. You just go ahead and pop one of those out there. I don't think his is that prominent yet, but we'll get there. You can get away with that. If they're heavy, you don't have to do that. Not so much. Okay, so that was Jesse, and we'll go to the gallery. We'll show his brother, and there's Jacob, and somewhere on here I'm going to put Coaster King or something like that. And I could probably put like a roller coaster behind him. And we'll do that with the other brush effects. So for those of you who are just joining, excuse me, I'm so sorry, I had a coughing fit here. Okay, there he is. Alright, we'll do another. Excuse me. All the perils of live streaming. Sorry about that, you guys. Must drink water instead of coffee first thing in the morning. Samurai tattoos. Thank you. Nice. Timing was awesome. You guys have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.